Three reasons why social media is killing your self worth. And if you really want to become a high value change maker, I hope you understand that self worth is the most crucial thing that you need to have to become a high value change maker in your industry, in your field. Hello, I'm Ranjan Kumar, Varanasi, the world's first authentic influence coach, and I help hidden experts become high value change makers. So if you are a speaker, a trainer, a coach, or a healer, or an expert in in leadership coaching or business or entrepreneur, whoever you are, I hope you understand that you actually have a desire to become a high value change maker, and how social media is killing your self worth is most crucial for your understanding. So take out a pen and a notepad and write down these three reasons which are keeping you stuck, which are preventing you from launching your personal influence, from expanding your personal influence and launching your impact onto the industry. The first reason is social media is making you a consumer. Let's say you watch 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour of content. It doesn't make you any smarter. It doesn't make you more brilliant. It is actually turning you dumber, and it's actually making you a passive consumer of content. See, there is a difference between reading a book and watching a video. There is a difference between listening to something consciously and listening to something randomly just because you want to waste your time or you have some time to invest. So there is a difference between conscious learning and passive consuming. So who are you actually being on a day-to-day basis? Are you just being a passive consumer, or are you being a conscious engaged learner? So if you really want to become a high impact change maker, if you really want to become a high value change maker in your industry, you need to be a conscious learner, not a passive consumer of content. There was a research done long back which showed that when you are watching a screen, or when you are watching a video, in just 20 minutes of time, your conscious brain goes to sleep, and everything that you're watching is passively being consumed into your brain. So your brain is not actually engaging with the content. You are not engaging consciously. You are not arguing. You are not trying to learn consciously. You are just absolutely passively you are consuming the content that is being given to you. And the more you do that, you start becoming more and more of consumer. And the reason it is killing your self-worth is that the desire inside you, the calling inside you, is to become a creator, not to become a consumer. No. So should we not watch these podcasts? Should we not watch these videos through which we can? Absolutely, you can do that. You can start learning. You can start watching these podcasts. You can start doing, but have a schedule for them. Have them on your agenda. Have them on your calendar. How much time would you? What amount of time would you invest in watching a podcast? Who are you going to follow on social media? How much of your time are you going to invest? When are you going to do that? Are you going to do that when you are fully awake and conscious, and you have a notepad beside you, and you watch a podcast, you engage with that consciously, and you list out all that you are learning? And then the most important thing, how do you bridge the gap between what you have learned and how are you going to implement them in your day-to-day life? The biggest guilt that I see, people are becoming more knowledgeable and less actionable. So results come from action, not from your knowledge. Results come from what you do with the knowledge that you have. So what are you doing with the knowledge already that you have? In all these years, you might have learned a lot about your own field, your subject matter, about from the life that you have lived, from the conversations that you have created, so many insights that you might have created. So what have you done about them? How are you implementing them into your day-to-day life? So that is most important to amplify your personal influence and increase your self-worth. So if you really want to become a conscious creator of your life, start creating your life. Start planning out, start executing, start implementing whatever you have learned. Don't just become a passive consumer of content. The second reason why social media is killing your self-worth is because it is giving you plenty of opportunities to compare yourself with others. We have been brought up in cultures where we have already been tuned into comparing with the others on the outside. You see somebody, you appreciate them secretly, but then you also secretly envy them. You feel that you start putting yourself in comparison with them, and you start saying that I'm not so good in whatever he is doing. I would love to be like them. I would love to become a speaker like him. I would love to become a trainer like him. I would love to become a coach like him. I would love to have so much of knowledge, such an experience that he has created his own life. But how much of your time do you know, how long do you engage in this kind of a negative self talk? So the start, earlier, when you probably when you were a child, maybe 8 years, 9 years, 10 years old, your parents might have compared you with somebody, one of your classmates, or one of your friends, and some stranger, and said that, see, that boy is doing so good, this girl is doing so good. And you might have learnt this as a behavioral pattern, that, okay, so if I want to grow in my life, I need to compare with somebody on the outside. So slowly you started, relegating your own authentic self to the background, and you started putting others ahead of you. And you are like, of course, if I don't compare with somebody on the outside, how am I going to grow? Remember that comparison always puts you down. Comparison always kills your self-worth. Comparison always creates more of negative self-talk inside. And the more you keep on indulging in negative self-talk, guess what you are doing? You are keeping you stuck, you are preventing your own growth, and you are not allowing yourself, you are not giving yourself permission to do what your heart wants you to do, what your soul wants you to do, and what life is calling you to do. So stop comparing yourself. And social media is one such platform. See, basically social media is a scaling platform. You get a beautiful opportunity to launch yourself, to serve somebody who is not right in front of you, but might watch this video 1 year, 10 years, 20 years from now, and might get impacted. Or somebody who's not right in front of you, but might be in 1,000 miles away from you, might come across this video and might get benefited. So that is the only purpose of social media, not for you to start comparing with already established experts. Remember, all these experts who are seen on the social media, they have traveled a journey, they have created their own experiences, and today they are using the social media to amplify their personal influence, to amplify their impact, to amplify the results that they want to create for themselves and for their clients. They are amplifying basically the opportunities of serving more and more people, which anybody can do, which you can also start doing. And if you think that, okay, if I'm not good enough, if I'm not smart enough, if I'm not fluent enough, if I'm not presentable enough, then if you watch thousands of videos, you will see there are hundreds of people who are not even as good as you, and they might have started just 1 year before you, or 2 years ahead of you, and they have created 100 videos, 200 videos. And it is not about the number of videos, it is about sharing your personal experience. It is about expressing the potential that you have, and giving somebody an opportunity to get served by you. That is the only purpose of social media, not for you to blame yourself or shame yourself for not being as good as somebody else, because you can never be somebody else, and somebody can never be you. And we are not born to be somebody else, we are born to be more of who we truly are. So this is the second reason. The third reason social media is killing your self-worth is because these platforms are designed to keep you addicted. The more you watch, the more your brain feeds on them, the more it gets addicted to it. So it's as good as any other addiction, and all addictions keep you stuck. All addictions kill your self-worth. And addiction, difference between addiction and what is something that you do for fun, or out of choice, or out of compulsion. So anything that you do out of compulsion, you have to do it, and you cannot survive without. You feel that you cannot survive without it. You feel that you desire, you need it compulsively. Then that is an addiction. It could be a good one or a bad one, but any kind of addiction kills your self-worth, lowers your self-esteem, and it lowers your enthusiasm and morale, and it prevents you from launching yourself. And social media is something that is very much designed to keep you addicted. So you need to have a conscious choice of when am I going to watch, how long I am going to watch, and what am I going to do with what I have learned through the videos or any other social media. So instead of getting addicted, take charge of your life, take control of your schedules, take control of your agenda, and put it in an organized way on your calendar. So schedule your calendar. See, this 1 hour I'll watch. Now, before even you start opening your social media and just scrolling to find something good on the social media, it's better that you keep a list of people you want to follow. You keep a list of experts that you want to follow. You keep a list, or you create a playlist of the videos that you want to watch later, and then put them on your calendar and organize your calendar in such a way that you have time to learn and then time to execute what you have learned. So what you watch in the morning, probably you go back in the evening, and or whenever you find some time, about 10 minutes of time, jot down what you learned from that video and how are you going to implement it in your daily life. Because when you start putting them on your daily life, that is when you start building habits that will serve your future self, that will build your future self, and that will give you permission, that will make you fulfilled, that you are not just consuming or you are not just comparing, they are actually being a creator of your own destiny, a creator of your own life. And that is what the life wants you to do. Not what it it's not about getting addicted to any good thing or a bad thing. So it's not about whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's more about whether you are doing it out of choice or whether you are doing out of compulsion. So anything that you are doing out of compulsion is addiction, good or bad. So now, what are you going to do with this video? What did you learn out of it? What are the three reasons that are keeping you stuck? What are the three reasons that are killing your self-worth? The first one is, social media is turning you into a consumer. Second, it gives you plenty of opportunity, it exposes you to comparison. The third one, it's keeping you addicted. So what are you going to do? How you're going to plan your day? How you're going to put this on your calendar? List out all the videos or anything that you want to create or watch or learn, and then put them onto your calendar as to what did you learn and how are you going to execute them. What are you going to do? Three action steps that you are going to take today, not tomorrow, today, to bridge the gap between what you have learned and what you are doing. This will amplify your personal influence. This will make you a high value change maker. This will increase your self worth. And then you start feeling proud of yourself. You don't feel shame or guilt about having watched all these videos. So start doing this. Let me know your experience and subscribe to this channel for more videos on your identity, your influence, your income, your self-worth, and amplifying your personal influence and becoming a high value change maker. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye bye.